It's finally starting to look like something. I thought at first that I was making it wrong because I was like, it's lopsided, but no, that's the head. Oop, dropped it. It looks like a baby's booty, but this is supposed to be the head. I didn't realize until I was starting to like have it wind that I was like, oh no, this is not the bottom, this is the top. So we're starting from the head and working our way down. It's finally starting to look like something. And I'm sure I've got a couple stitches in the wrong place, but I am going along with it. I mean, there's a few places where I'm like, did I mess that up? Did I put in the wrong increased stitch or the wrong decreased stitch or whatever? But it's looking like Fred. So I'm assuming I'm going in the right direction and my stitches are adding up. So that's always a plus. But this took a lot longer than I thought it would. I'm taking this as a mental challenge. I am sticking to it. My boyfriend did give up on his. So I will have the added luxury of making a second Fred after this one, hopefully with all the stitches in the right place if I did mess this one up. But I think for the most part, except for a few areas where I'm like, that looks a little sloppy. Something might have gone wrong there, but maybe it isn't. Maybe that's just how it looks to me. I think it's starting to look like something. So I'm going to stop here for now. I am on round 13 is the next one of 19, I think, for the body is the impression I got. I think it wraps up when we get here, and then I think the tail is an extension addition or something. So it's got a tail and a few little little spines, little hands, and then the rest are decorations. So I think maybe a couple more days, because I've been taking this in like 30-minute intervals. So it's been like, maybe I've been working on it for like half an hour to 40 minutes now, but maybe a little bit less. I didn't really time myself. But I think a few more sessions and Fred will start to look like something. We'll see. We're almost done with Fred. It has actually become faster and easier to do as I've learned how to read the stitches. Once I knew all the stitches and learned to read the stitches, we sped up. Now we are stuffing him because Fred is quite large. I think Fred is maybe not the best to learn to do this if you're an absolute beginner. I knew a little bit of crochet, but not enough to remember like how to do like increases and decreases. Once I got the hang of it though, it did get better. But Fred is quite bulbous, so my friend did a fox one recently, which is a lot smaller. I think the fox may be a little bit more user-friendly if you're just starting out. Fred the dinosaur is a little bit on the bigger side. Little eyes are, I thought it would look cute with them at the side, so we'll see. I do have kind of tight stitches, so I don't know how much of this I need. I'm gonna definitely have some left over, but I want him to be nice and plump. And I think I said it last time, I will have a second Fred to make because my boyfriend gave up. So second Fred may actually look better than first Fred. Okay. I think it did take about maybe 5 hours. I think because there was a little bit of unraveling and undoing of stitches in the beginning when I was getting the hang of it. But now I think, now that I know how to get the stitches done, I think the second one will go much more swiftly and probably a little bit better. Do just a little bit more on the bottom. I think he's good. Let's see how to close him up and decorate. We have a Fred. Now he needs a tail and his little spine, yellow spine bits and decor. It doesn't look quite like the picture, but I think it's pretty close. He's done. He's not perfect. He was supposed to have 5 spikes, but because of the way I put in the tail upside down by accident, he only has 4, and that's okay. His little tummy is also not quite even because I kept struggling with getting it out in the right place, and I was like, it is fine. Fred is unique. This Fred is special. So I will make the second Fred and compare if my skills have improved. But I will say, by the time I got to these guys, I did have a good sense of how to make the stitches and how to start the loop and all that mess. So I actually made these 3 without following the guide. I just had the written notations and I was able to do it. I did not also flip the tail inside out, so he does have like a little bit of a nubbin hole thingy situation back there. That's okay. Like I said, Fred is unique and special. He is literally a special dinosaur. So his little nubbin hands, it's so cute. So I am happy that I did this, even though it was very frustrating in the beginning and there was a lot of cursing was had. I could have probably stuffed him a little bit more, I think, in the head, but I wasn't sure how much stuffing to put in. So when I make Fred number 2, I will have learned things, and Fred number 2 in theory should look better than Fred number 1, but I am glad that I took on the challenge. It was a nice little brain teaser. It has been, oh boy, like 20 years since the last time I tried to do any kind of like needlework. I do know some basic crochet and some basic, see, like this is a little too loose, but whatever, it works. I do know some basic crochet and some basic knitting because I did do that just as like a challenge to myself when I was like, I think in college, like early college years, but I only ever learned the basics, like making like straight lines and scarves, and I made a hat once, like a beanie. And that was like one of those like kits that have the gigantic crochet needle so that you can like learn how to manipulate it. So it was a very quick little thing. I've always wanted to make one of those like giant needle crochet blankets, and the only thing that has really stopped me is just like the time and the cost, where like you have to buy all the supplies and do all that, and it's like, well, if I don't have the time, I'm just gonna have the supplies lying around. But doing this was nice. We started doing it as a pair, and that did not work out, so I just continued, and I was able to finish it rather quickly because we were like meeting once a week to have a like at-home crafting date, and he gave up after round 4, I think. He was like, I'm just not gonna do this. This is not happening. So I was like, it's fine, it's fine. I'll make Fred number 2, and it'll give me a nice excuse to practice the same shape again. I think I already mentioned this, but maybe Fred is not the best to begin if you're an absolute beginner, because at least I had a sense of like how to manipulate the needle, even though it was like so tiny. You know, some of the stitches. Oh, I feel sneezy. Sorry. Okay, we're back. It's very cold today, and I think my allergies have been triggered by just having everything shut down and closed up today. So as I was saying, Fred may not be the best. There's a third sneeze. For an absolute beginner, maybe start with the penguin. My friend who started with the fox, she also had the penguin, and after doing the fox, she was like, I should have started with the penguin. The penguin was so much easier. So the penguin, maybe. I'm going to go because I keep sneezing. I'm about to start a new cozy hobby. Not really. I'm painting Jeff the Landshark for my boyfriend. He 3D printed this. He normally paints them himself, and he did paint one, but I offered to do it for him instead and use my paints, which I can manipulate better than the ones he has. So I'm going to try to color match it and get it right. And this is kombucha. If you know, you know. I like to take my kombucha in a champagne glass. I don't know what I was doing here, but I was just playing around with paints, and I'll do something with it. I figured I might as well just use the colors while they were mixed because they're gonna dry out anyhow. So we've got Jeff, and then I'll do the details tomorrow. Clean him up, and I do want to actually paint the white parts white just to, you know, get them all nice and even, but I have to do the other bits. Little details and keep him clean. A little bit of paint got on his little snout, but I figure I'll clean that up. Probably just use a little nail polish remover and get rid of it and then clean him up, but that will be for when he's dry. It didn't offer the customizing option for this one. I feel bad. You're gonna get some cheese for you. Yeah. And onions. For some reason, like yours had a customized option, but this one did not. have an Aldi haul in a in a Trader Joe's bag, not TJ Maxx, different store. Got cereal, baby spinach and arugula, little waffle crisps because the boy likes these and it's an easy little treat when he comes. Some supplies because I'm planning to make a chili mac type thing tonight. So there you go. The bloobs, English cucumber, which is my favorite. Hot honey because I have had this very nice hot honey salad at Just Salad and I wanted to recreate that at home. And then I picked up some convenience items. I've talked about these before. I have made these before for work lunches, and one of the kits will usually give me about 3 lunches worth of stuff. So these are quick and easy. I'm probably going to make one this week because I do still have some of the ingredients last time I made it. So that'll be nice. Okay. And then lastly, this was another convenience meal impulse buy. Another quick, easy meal that I can make and save some time on a weeknight. So that's good. And then we went to CVS and I picked up Valentine's candy. So this was a treat, but they were buy one, get one for $1. So together it was like $6. Hooray. Sorry. So that is a grocery haul. And for the record, the Aldi grocery haul was $42.46. And this will supplement what I'm running out of. And I still have enough from my big BJ's haul at the beginning of the month to not really have to do any more shopping for at least a week, if not 2. I might actually be able to get away with not shopping until like at least the first week of February, maybe the end of the first week of February. So far so good. These people are looking for their food already, but it is too early. Yes, it is. Yep, too early. Too early, Fig. I forgot the loaf of bread. I had abandoned it by the door, but we also have bread. I'm testing a theory that sourdough may be triggering some of my migraines. So we're going old school with like ye plain sandwich bread, whole wheat, and see if it makes a difference in my pain levels. I haven't had as much pain since I ran out of sourdough. Is it coincidence? Is it an actual thing? I don't know, but we gotta test the theory and see what happens. And now I'm going to shower and pamper myself and clean and enjoy a quiet, cozy evening, do some meal prep, do some relaxing. We're gonna watch the last episode of What We Do in the Shadows because that's the last one I have to watch. He already watched it, but I guess Hulu had alternate endings, so that's the plan for tonight. Just a cozy night in. I'm gonna set up my projector because I always forget that I have a projector. I bought it, I think, for my birthday last year. Was it my birthday? I feel like it was. I did have like one week where I was ill and I just like stayed in my room and projected K-dramas on the wall for hours, but I have since forgotten that this is a thing I have, that this is a convenience I made in my life. So projector is gonna come out. There will be entertainment and I will be relaxing. Also, I finished reading through the draft of the novel, so that is good. I'm gonna post some sort of update. I'm trying to get all of my social medias to align with my author identity, so I'm probably going to make a video explaining all that in the future and just updating everyone. My socials just keep changing. If you notice in the footers, if you ever bother to open those, they have been kind of jumping around because I've been debating screen names and stuff like that, but I think I'm just going to align everything to Amelia Grace Writes or Amelia G Writes or some variation thereof. So keep an eye out for that if you'd like to follow me on other socials. And I also restarted blogging. I haven't really ever stopped blogging, but like properly blogging. I've mostly just been putting updates from the vlog onto the blog. And there's a weird noise outside now. What is that? Anyhow, I'll be posting updates to come on what's going on with that. But if you'd like to check out the blog, I'll pop a little community notes tab thing and I'll pop the link down below. It's always down below, but I'll like properly pop it down below. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Roomba is doing her Roomba thing, so you're going to hear her going off in the background. I decided to repot some of the plants. I've been meaning to for a while, and since I had a little bit of spare time today, I decided that was like the perfect cozy activity. I had a shower, I have washed my hair, I have done the full everything situation type shower, and I have prepped food for the week, so meal prep is going strong, and I've also started tidying the house and vacuuming and doing all that mess. So a nice way to end a Sunday, good little reset. I have a few more plants that need repotting, but I also need more soil. I mostly have a few that really just need to find new homes. So these in these white containers are the ones that have to move. This one was in one of those containers, and so was this one. They were not doing well. That was part of the bring the outdoor garden indoor situation that happened last year, that led to a lot of emotional distress, let's just say. But I have those two, and I also have this one, and all of those have to be repotted because they're just not doing well. I mean, they're fine, they're alive, but they need, like, they're growing that way, and it's not ideal. Essentially, they used to live outside. They were on the ground on like a plant holder thing or hanging from the plant holder. They had to come indoors. Indoors is not the ideal environment for them, but they're surviving, which is at least something. My goal is to one day be able to have them in a place where I can keep them outdoors. And so to that end, they just need to live long enough to thrive until such a time as maybe the situation changes. But for now, I just have to find slightly more shallow containers, and it's been kind of hard to find the perfect containers, but we make do with what we have. I've had to repot a few of them. The jade plant actually was struggling, and I guess it's been trying to seek the sunlight, and some of them fell off. So I now have more jade plants, but making use of old pots and new pots and just trying to do the best with what I have. I really would love to find some shallow succulent pots, but I haven't found anything that quite works. It's either too tall or too broad for my ledge, so I need something that works within, and for now we're doing fine. And if you have seen one of the grocery hauls I posted this month, this is the planter that I picked up from the Walmart Valentine's section. I just think it's really cute. So this is several jade plants that I combined because they were just in smaller pots, and I figured they could, these are doing well, they could come together now. So it's been a weekend of cozy habits, cozy activities, and progress on the novel, so that's good. My plan for this week is to catch up on a few other things, maybe edit this video so I can put it out, and catch up on the business side of things for Publish and Thrive before the next season. I don't know what to call it. The next cohort kicks off in February for Publish and Thrive. And since this is the year when I would like to finally publish, I just want to set things up, get things ready to go, take care of the home so I could not worry about that over the next few weeks, and just kind of keep doing what I'm doing. So I will check in with you guys later. And if I don't, then I'll see you in the next one.